Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking all about how to monetize your social media influence. Now what got me thinking down this train of thought was really a Future Females Winelands event that I spoke at earlier this week, which was all about this exact topic. If there's any time to talk about monetizing your social media influence, I think now is it. If you guys have watched my How to Make Money Online video, you'll know that I've tried pretty much everything under the sun to make money online, and certainly there have been some successes and some failures. But I hope I can bring you guys along that journey as I always do. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Megs and every week I release tech tutorials helping you do digital better. Alright, so the first kind of couple of slides, I really just wanted to summarize my journey so far. So the quote that inspired me to kind of do this post was a quote by someone on LinkedIn, and he said, "Don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do." And it really motivated me to tell my story. So I moved to Cape Town almost 10 years ago and I was turned down from about 12 interviews. I went back to the agency I liked the most and asked for another shot, and persistence alone got me the internship. 5 years later, I was made a head of department at this company before joining another one, which later merged with the company that I'd always wanted to work for. So that was my 13-year-old dream. I later rejoined the first company and became their head of innovation, and then I founded an e-learning academy, which is Do Digital, which you guys know a little bit about. And when the academy's format didn't feel like it was working, I pivoted to a YouTube channel, which is what you guys are watching now. The channel now has over 80,000 views, and it's doubled recently due to all the interest in digital marketing due to the coronavirus. Last year, I became the digital marketing manager at the company that I'm at now, and I now get to market a joyful, inclusive, and vibrant neighborhood and call it a job. Nothing worth having comes easily, but I've never once been let down by hard work and passion, regardless of what people think you are or are not capable of. Plus, it only takes one person in the room to give you a chance, #positivity only. So I feel like this is a really good summary of my kind of journey in Cape Town. So the first slide that I started off with was about impact colliding with opportunity. And that for me is the reason why anyone would want to have an influence in the social media space. So I think influence is a very troublesome word because of the influencer kind of facade that, I think is starting to form cracks, if you will, because I think influencer marketing can be quite a gray area of marketing. But for me personally, I don't obviously consider myself an influencer. I speak more about what it's meant for me in terms of bringing impact and opportunity into my life. So insofar as impact is concerned, my key motive for wanting this so-called influence was, at the time I was working for a digital marketing agency as a strategist, and I was acutely aware of this fact that I could not have a large influence no matter how hard I tried, because I was working on bespoke strategies for niche industries a lot of the time. So if it's for a big automotive brand, it would be for a very particular problem that automotive brand is having. Beer brands, you guessed it. So, and that's the case for a lot of people that work at agencies. So I felt like my limited kind of reach was as a result of just the nature of the work that I was doing. So the whole point of digital marketing and of the internet is that it's this great equalizer, but then by virtue of creating bespoke strategies, you do not have that same scalability. So you're almost teaching other people to have something that you can't have. So I really wanted to leverage this ability of digital to scale me and my service as a digital strategist. And the point that I wanted to make here was around gatekeeping. So I feel like a lot of our lives, and I don't mean to generalize, but I think it brings us a lot of peace in a dangerous kind of time, because if we allow other people to say what we can and can't do and gatekeep our opportunities, ultimately, it puts us in a space of comfort because we feel like, oh, I can't have that opportunity because my manager needs to promote me, or my client needs to believe in me enough to give me that project. And so I think it's kind of a double-edged sword, because it allows us to think, oh, shucks, that would have been such a cool project to work on, but, it wasn't given to me. And I think what YouTube certainly has allowed me to do is it's not dependent on anyone else. What anyone else thinks, yes, Meg is capable of, no, Meg's not. It's actually breaking through this kind of gatekeeping notion. So that was really the impact side of things. From an opportunity perspective, I wanted to be clear on one thing, and that is when I talk about monetizing your influence, I would encourage people to think of opportunity as much of a currency as money. So this does not mean working for free. It does not mean giving away your IP. It does, however, mean that sometimes it's not a linear journey between doing the work and getting paid. And that's unfortunately just a reality of marketing on the internet. So there's a lot of content marketing that you'll do up front that you'll never see the money from. You know, like there'll be blog posts, there'll be YouTube videos, there'll be social media like Instagram kind of IG stories. There's so much work that goes into it, and then you get paid like 2 years down the line when your YouTube channel gets monetized. So if you were put off initially by the fact that you're not getting paid for your time as you would if you were working for an agency, then maybe this industry, it's actually going to let you down. So all that being said, the kind of key things that YouTube specifically has taught me from having this channel, and thank you guys for, you know, giving me these amazing life lessons. It's helped me to launch a side hustle, which I didn't have the confidence really at the time to do. I didn't think I was capable of it. It's given me the confidence to speak up. It's taught me how to say no, and this is such a pivotal one for me because I can tend to be a bit of a people pleaser, and I do want to make people happy, and so I will take on clients, or previously I would take on jobs that possibly were not well suited to me or weren't well suited to my interest. And so I think now having a YouTube channel, which is obviously quite a time-consuming exercise, it's easier for me to say that's not a priority for me, and I can't unfortunately help you with X, Y, or Z because it's just not something I'm able to take on at the moment. So in many ways that's been huge for me. It's also given me a lot of patience. It's given me freelance clients. I've been approached in separate instances by Google and Facebook. I think I've made videos about the Google one, but the Facebook one was basically just a recruiter. And it's helped me to get my current job. And the quote that I love so much is, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. So I alluded to that earlier with my career. I feel like I've consistently pushed myself out of any point of comfort and into a space where it's not always comfortable, but it's always kind of worth it. And I'm going to skip a couple of slides onto a quote from James Clear, who, if anyone's read Atomic Habits, he speaks to this fact, which I think really resonated with me, that it's easy to get bogged down finding the optimal way for change, the fastest way to lose weight, the best program to build muscle, or the perfect idea for a side hustle. We're so focused on figuring out the best approach that we never get around to taking action. And I think a lot of people battle with this, myself included. Sometimes it's not about the best or the fastest. Sometimes it's just about getting the job done. In terms of how the physical monetization element works, I have a whole YouTube channel just on YouTube monetization, so I will link to that rather than speak about it. But in terms of Teachable, Skillshare, and Udemy are concerned, they are e-learning platforms. Teachable is different from Skillshare and Udemy in that it's not a marketplace. It just allows you to house the course, but you still are responsible driving every person to that platform, versus Skillshare and Udemy, which I prefer because you don't need an audience to monetize it. You just get paid per referral or per premium watch time in Skillshare's instance, and then in Udemy's instance, you get paid a percentage depending on where the traffic came from. So if I gave you my Udemy link, I would get 97% of that kind of money, whatever I'm charging for the course, versus if they brought me the lead, they would get 50%. I would get 50% versus if they use what they call their paid user acquisition channel, which is when their affiliate program has gotten me the referral. Those are kind of very practical ways of making money online. But just bear in mind that you can obviously also make money through selling your services and selling a physical product. I once ran a Shopify all about stationery, and that was a fun exercise in and of itself. And then finally, obviously, selling influence or endorsement. So there are a huge amount of ways to make money online, but in my instance, it's predominantly been course collateral. To just kind of summarize for you guys some of the tips that I gave when you are building an influence, what not to do. Perseverance, patience, and passion is so important. You cannot give up when the going gets tough. There have been many days on my 2-year journey that I've just thought, enough is enough. This is too much stress for a side hobby. But you can't give up. You really can't. If it's something that you believe in and it's taking you places and giving you exposure to new things. I actually was watching a video last night, I'll link to it also down below, by this guy Ali, who does a lot of incredible YouTube videos, and he was talking about what is your surface area for serendipity. So he was saying if you stay in one place and you don't open yourself up to these amazing opportunities, your surface area for serendipity is not very big. Versus putting yourself on the internet, doing all these crazy things online that you didn't think you'd be able to do, and actually having it evolve into something incredible. So love that video, and I'll definitely link it. I suggest not taking a short-term view. I suggest not letting people's perceptions get in your way. My mantra that I always say is that no one thinks about you as much as you think they do. So that's what I tell myself when I make YouTube videos and I worry about people thinking of me in a negative way. So many different ways that you can earn money online. It's totally up to you. You can't let anyone make these decisions for you or have like a one size fits all or a silver bullet. It's just not really the reality. But I hope this has helped inspire at least a couple of people in terms of looking at cool ways to earn money online. There are so many cool videos. Actually, the Ali guy that I mentioned, he has a video on his passive income streams. So I think the world is your oyster. It's more about what you can do for a long period of time consistently, and it's that longevity that's actually going to stand you in good stead for success, and not that quote about the fastest or the best way. It's more about what can you actually sustain. So I really hope this video has been helpful to you guys. As always, sending you all my love, and if you have any questions, please pop them in the comment section down below. I'm only too happy to answer any of the questions that you may have. But until next time, let's keep on doing digital better. I can help you out. I can help you out. I can help you out. Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends.